Hello and welcome back to Invincible Asia. I'm George Clark and this is 15 Tsui Hark films that need the Deluxe Edition Blu-ray treatment. Don't forget folks, before we go any further, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, ring the bell and all that jibber jabber, and thank you very much for supporting Invincible Asia. So whether he is producing, directing or even starring in, the name of Tsui Hark is pretty much loved and respected by every Hong Kong film fan and critic the world over. And while some of his movies have had Blu-ray treatment in different territories and different countries, here in the UK and Ireland there is a severe lack of this legendary filmmaker's work. Now I know that's down to a lot of rights and licensing issues, it's quite common knowledge, but I just wanted to put together 15 of his finest titles that I felt deserved the Deluxe Edition Blu-ray treatment. I used to say from Idiot Films, but there's so many great labels out there now that I know could give this man's movies the right care and attention. So sit back and relax as I share with you 15 Tsui Hark movies that need the Deluxe Edition Blu-ray treatment. At number 15, I have The Butterfly Murders from 1979. Now, I was lucky enough to catch Tsui Hark's directorial debut on television in my early teens. That was way back in the early 90s, playing on Channel 4 here in the UK. Now, of course, I had no idea who was behind it, but I absolutely loved this wuxia thriller, and eventually managed to get my hands on a great DVD release from Hong Kong. Produced by Ng Si-yoon, the film stars Lau Su-ming, Michelle Yim, Jojo Chan, Eddie Ko, Tina Wong and Choi Su-ling, with some great fight choreography from Wong Shu-tung, actor of over 100 films and director of Cynthia Can's Transmigration Romance. At number 14, it is the fantastic We're Going to Eat You from 1980. Equally, Tsui Hark's follow-up film, yet another mix of kung fu and horror, took things to a whole new level, and with that delivered another highly entertaining piece that still entertains today. Also known as Kung Fu Cannibals, Hell Has No Gates and No Door to Hell, the film was once again made under the seasonal banner and stars Norman Choi Soo-kung, Eddie Ko, Melvin Wong, Michelle Yim, Feng Feng and Tai Bo, as well as Chin Yut-sang and Corey Yuen-kwai as extras, who also both choreographed the exciting fight action. At number 13, it is Dangerous Encounters of the First Kind. Made the same year as We're Going to Eat You, Dangerous Encounters of the First Kind takes viewers down a completely different path and shocks as much as it entertains with its great performances and dark story. Also known as Don't Play With Fire, the film stars Lo Lei, Lin Chin Lee, Ray Loi, Ada Fung, Ronnie Yu, John Shum, Alex Chung and Tsui Hark himself, among many other familiar faces. The great Tony Ching Soo-dong directs the action, and Hark's original cut was actually banned by Hong Kong censors due to the terrorist tone involved. At number 12, it's the complete Better Tomorrow trilogy from 1986, 87 and 89. Does this incredible trilogy really need an introduction? One of the greatest heroic bloodshed and Hong Kong trilogies ever made, fans more often than not connect these films with John Woo, but aside from producing and ghost directing the first Better Tomorrow film, Tsui was then credited as the co-director of Part 2 and sole director of Part 3 after a clash of creative differences split both directors from the project. While John Woo would go on to make the incredible Bullet in the Head, Tsui Hark would shift the tone for a third chapter that was ultimately a prequel to the first, although still proved to be an incredibly entertaining piece. The late Blackie Ko and Stephen Tung Wai would handle the action in the first, while Tony Ching Soo-tung looked after the second. The film starred Chow Yun-fat, Ti Lung, Leslie Chung, Emily Chu, Wes Lee, Kenneth Chang and Xing Fu-on, with Dean Shek and Ng Man Tat joining them for Part 2, then Anita Moy, Tony Leung and Shek Hin added to the third. Let's face it, these films deserved the Deluxe Edition Blu-ray treatment. At number 11, it's The Raid from 1991. Tsui Hark and Tony Ching Soo-tung direct this fun comic book adventure, with Ching also handling the film's fantastic action sequences and Tsui also writing and producing. The film boasts an amazing cast with Dean Shek, Tony Leung Kao-fai, Jackie Chung, Corey Yuen-kwai, Paul Chu, Joyce Cadenzi, Fenny Yuen, and Loi Su-ming, and is definitely one of Choi's most underrated titles. At number 10, it's the Swordsman trilogy from 1990, 1992, and 93. Both directors joined forces once again for this incredible trilogy that turned the new wave wuxia genre on its head with its crazy action sequences and wild characters. Starting with The Swordsman in 1990, the insane sequels followed in 92 and 93, with a young Jet Li headlining the first sequel. Between the three of them, fans can enjoy performances from Sam Hui, Jackie Chung, Yuen Hua, Lam Ching-ying, Charlotte Chung, Bridget Lin, Rosamund Kwan, Joey Wong, Yu Rongguang, Wiz Lee, Chin Garlock, and many more. At number 9, it's The Killer from 1989. Before the Swordsman trilogy came about, Tsui Hark produced John Woo's classic 1989 film The Killer, with Tony Ching Soo-tung handling the action once again. Much like many of these heroic bloodshed classics from the late 80s and early 90s, The Killer is one Hong Kong film that deserves a dedicated Deluxe Edition Blu-ray release. The film stars the always cool Chow Yun-fat, Danny Lee, Sally Ye, Paul Chung, Kenneth Chang, Xing Fu-on, Tommy Wong, James Ha, Parkman Wong, Teddy Yip, and action extras including Dion Lam, Bruce Law, Ridley Choi, and many, many more. At number 8, it is The Blade from 1995. Hailed as a classic by many, yet forgotten by most, Tsui Hark's The Blade from 1995 is a gritty reimagining of Jimmy Wang Yu's One-Armed Swordsman. Hark writes, produces, and directs, with Stephen Tung Wai, Mang Hoi, and Yuen Bun handling the film's fight choreography, with the latter also making an appearance as one of the bandit leaders. Vincent Xiao Wenzhao leads the way, along with actors such as Hung Yan, Song Lei, Austin Wai, Moses Chan, Chung Bik Ha, Valerie Choi, Michael Chi, Mama Hung, Jason Chu, Colin Choi, and others, helping to make The Blade one of Choi's most serious films to date. At number 7, it's Seven Swords from 2005. I just love this movie. A homage of sorts to Kurosawa's classic Seven Samurai, Tsui Hark's Seven Swords was pretty much the last major role for the prolific and legendary Lau Gar-leung. With an original edit of 4 hours in length, the film was heavily cut for international release, with the new edit being heavily criticised for gaps in the plot and certain underdeveloped moments, with a version at 150 minutes and another at 120 minutes. So it would be amazing to see Choi's full vision released on Blu-ray. Lau Gar-leung choreographs the amazing action on offer, aided by his brother Lau Gar-wing, Stephen Tung Wai, and Hung Yan. The film stars Donnie Yen, Leon Lai, Lau Gar-leung, Charlie Yeung, Liu Yi, Song Hong Lei, Michael Wong, Jason Pai Pao, Che Kwon Chun, Kim So Yoon, Duncan Lai, and Andy Wong, among many, many more. At number 6, it's The Big Heat from 1988. Tsui Hark produces one of my favourite late 80s Hong Kong thrillers, The Big Heat, co-directed by Johnny To and Andrew Kam, from a script written by Gordon Chan. This gritty flick stars Wes Lee, Joey Wong, Philip Kwok, Matthew Hong, Paul Chu, Kirk Wong, Michael Choi, Stuart Ong, Roy Chung, Robin Shaw, and Ken Boyle, and see some incredible action directed by Venom star Philip Kwok, Paul Wong, and Joe Chu. At number 5, it's I Love Maria from 1988. Also from the same year comes this amazing sci-fi action comedy I Love Maria, also known as RoboForce. I recently picked this up on Blu-ray from Germany, but it was pretty bare on extras and does deserve some love. Tsui Hark produces and stars, while Tony Ching Soo-tung returns as the action choreographer and delivers some pretty wild robotic action. Starring alongside Tsui Hark is the wonderful Tony Leung Chi-hwa, John Shum, Sally Ye, Lam Ching-ying, Ben Lam, Dennis Chan, Kirk Wong, Benz Kong, and also sees a cameo from Hong Kong directors John Woo and Teddy Chen. At number 4, it's the Chinese Ghost Story trilogy from 1987, 1990 and 1991. Another of Tsui Hark's biggest trilogies as producer, and a massive success for the usual team-up of him and Tony Ching-Soo-tung, who directs and choreographs, A Chinese Ghost Story 1, 2 and 3 have long been a prime example of Hong Kong cinema greatness. And while I have a gorgeous Blu-ray box set courtesy of Nova Media, I still feel that a trilogy such as this deserves an amazing deluxe edition release. The film stars Joey Wong, Leslie Cheung, Wu Ma, Lau Su-ming and David Lam Wai, with Jackie Chung, Wes Lee, Michelle Reese and Lao Shun joining for part 2, and Tony Leung Chi-hwa and Nina Li Chi helping to fill out part 3. Yuen Bun, Philip Kwok and Alan Choi support Tony Ching with the fight choreography, and Sally Ye, Leslie Cheung and James Wong lend their vocals for some memorable soundtrack moments. At number 3, it's New Dragon Gate Inn from 1992. Recently released on Blu-ray by Nova Media with a stunning print, New Dragon Gate Inn, or Dragon Inn as it is also known, is a stunning wuxia epic written and produced by Tsui Hark, perhaps with a little uncredited direction also. Tony Ching-Soo-tung returns as his faithful action director once again, backed by Yuen Bun and Chung Yu-sing, with all delivering some pretty wild swordplay. The film stars Maggie Cheung, Tony Leung Kao-fai, Bridget Lin, Yen Shi-kwan, Yun Chung-yan, Lao Shun, Lawrence Ng, Elvis Choi Kam-kong, Yuen Bun, Hung Yan-yan, and the fantastic Donnie Yen, who plays the main villain of the piece. At number 2, it's The Wicked City from 1992. I absolutely love Wicked City. Made in 1992, this wild adaptation of the classic anime sees Tsui Hark serve as the writer and producer once again, but you can clearly see his directing influence, so he no doubt stepped in on director Peter Mack once or twice. Saying that, this would also prove to be Mack's final duty as a director and pretty much in the industry overall. Also known as Mutant City in Germany, the film sees fight choreography courtesy of Jackie Chan's stunt team member Chris Lee, along with Chung Yu-sing, and stars Jackie Chung, Leon Lai, Michelle Reese, Roy Chung, Carmen Lee, and Yuen Wu-ping. It's been some time since Wicked City had its VHS release here in the UK, so I feel that it's about time this Hong Kong sci-fi classic got the Deluxe Edition Blu-ray treatment. Now, as per usual, there's always more than I want to put in with these lists. I don't know why I settled on 15 when I started doing it. I just thought 15 was a good number without sounding too greedy. 10 you can never get enough of, but 15 was a nice number there. Saying that, I always like to talk about the special mentions and those films that really still deserve to have a look or to have the same kind of treatment. And here's my collection of Tsui Hark honourable mentions. Spy Games from 1989. Tsui produces this fun action comedy with Kenny B, Joey Wong, Uzumoto Saburo and Wes Lee. Green Snake from 1993. Tsui writes, produces and directs this martial arts fantasy starring Vincent Xiao, Joey Wong and Maggie Cheung. Just Heroes from 1989. Directed by John Woo with Tsui Hark producing, the film stars many greats such as David Chang, Danny Lee and Chen Quan-tai. The Magic Crane from 1993. Tsui writes and produces this fun Benny Chan martial arts fantasy starring Tony Leung Chi-hwa, Anita Mui, Rosamund Kwan and Damien Lau. Final Victory from 1987. Tsui delivers one of his best on-screen performances in this gritty crime thriller from Patrick Tam, starring alongside the likes of Eric Chang, Rachel Lee and Margaret Lee, with John Shum producing. So that takes me down to the number 1 movie here on my list. And I guess, to be honest with you, these are in no particular order, but it's kind of like how it's fallen in. And number 1 for me is the incredible Peking Opera Blues. Made between 1986 and 87, Peking Opera Blues is absolutely one of my all-time favourite Tsui Hark movies. This film never fails to entertain me. With more fantastic action from Tony Ching-Soo-tung, the film boasts an amazing cast with Bridget Lin, Sally Ye, Cherry Chung, Mark Chang, Wu Ma, KK Chung, Paul Chun, Ku Feng and Kenneth Chang, and absolutely deserves a deluxe edition Blu-ray release. So there we have it, 15 Tsui Hark movies that I would absolutely love to see get the Blu-ray treatment. They don't even need to be deluxe edition Blu-rays, just some form of official Blu-ray treatment. I say official, of course, because up here I have some unofficial Blu-ray releases of those particular movies, which is fine. I don't feel guilty about that at all because I want to see them in their best quality. I want to see these movies in full HD, and at the moment that's the only way to get them. So yes, to be able to see someone like Idiot Films, Eureka, etc., putting them out there with a 2 or 4K restoration, a host of extras, beautiful artwork, the way that the Tsui Hark really wanted us to see them, that would be just incredible. Anyway, if you agreed with my list, let me know below. If you didn't, let me know below. Let me know what Tsui Hark movies you would have included in that for, you know, different reasons, of course. Thank you so much once again for all your continued support. I really, really appreciate it, honestly. I will try to get more of these types of videos done over the next few weeks to prepare and have out there for you. And yes, until next time, as always, enjoy your Kung Fu, and I will see you soon. So thank you once again for watching another video here on Invincible Asia. Don't forget you can check out hundreds of others here on the channel. You can also show your continued support by heading over to my new merch store or by checking out invincibleasia.com, where you can read my full movie reviews and follow me on Instagram @InvincibleAsia. Until next time though, enjoy your Kung Fu, and I will see you soon.